Hello, beautiful souls. I am on the road, coming back from a little road trip. And on this ride, because I take it pretty often, and it's easy for me between Dallas and Houston. I always get like some information, and Spirit is always speaking to me. And one of the things that came in, there was a lot of things that came in, but one of them that I was like, man, this, maybe this is something that I should share, is that about our power. And the word power just kept coming up for me, and how often we don't acknowledge our power, right? And in non-acknowledgement of our power, we sit in victimhood. And in victimhood is the lack of accountability. And I think that for a lot of different reasons, right now we are in a space and time where spiritually you have to be more accountable, not just on the 3D plane, but how you are moving, the choices that you're making. And that's from every degree, right? From how you take care of your body, how you take care of your mind, because that's going to create like resistance within the body, for sure. I've noticed that, and these are things that I've noticed within myself. So let me give the caveat that a lot of the things that I'm sharing are things that I'm experiencing in real time, right, as I'm on my journey. And I wanted to really highlight that, because I think that it's important to understand that I think just for me, I wanted to share that I am on this journey, and I am sharing it in hopes that it resonates with others that are on the journey as well, or those that are coming into it. Because I've always believed in sharing wisdom and sharing our insight with others to help them and to support them. And so, in acknowledgement of our power, we can kind of remove ourselves out of victimhood. And one of the things that I saw is that there's a story about like an elephant that I believe was like raised in captivity, and it's more of like a parable. And the elephant, didn't move beyond a certain, area, or because its leg had been chained, and so it could only go so far. And so when that chain was removed and the elephant was let out into captivity, and this is an elephant, right? So it could always overpower and pull off this chain, but the elephant didn't, right? The elephant didn't know that it was stronger than the chain, that it could have easily pulled. And I think the parable is like the elephant wasn't even attached to a chain, and more so may have been like a rope. But it's a lot of things to unpack within that parable, because I think it states that like once he was released, he didn't go further than where he had been, than like the proximity of what he was used to. And a lot of times we are functioning from our own limitations, especially, myself. Like, I've seen things, and I've seen visions of where Spirit has said this is where you're going to be, but there's this comfort. There's this level of comfort in just going so far, right? And I don't always know like what's up ahead, but where am I functioning from these limitations in my life? And then how am I utilizing victimhood as the enabler, right? The crutch for me to do that on. Because I think that a lot of times we're utilizing our victimhood to keep us in bondage. That's what I'm trying to say. We're utilizing our victimhood to keep us in bondage instead of using our power to free us, to free ourselves. And that's really important, y'all. I believe that spiritually we are being called to really activate to our highest selves. And in us activating and becoming our highest selves, much more will be required of us. And so you have to be really, really rooted and grounded in who you are, in the self, in the understanding of the self. And also it's I kind of got a word that like we're not being spiritually babysat anymore. You know what I mean? Like Spirit is like, nah, no more babysitting. Like, y'all been babysat for long enough. Like, it's time to show up. And many of us are being called to show up and show out in the ways that the Most High has given us and embodied us. So I hope this message resonates with you. I hope that I also really hope that you share it with someone else, because I think that that's really important. So pass this along to someone that you think may need this word and that is aligned to it. All right, peace and blessings, y'all.